Alright, welcome back. So, as you guys saw in the quick short, just showing the first look at it, I did find this Curbfind Craftsman 21-inch, 123cc four-cycle overhead valve. This looks like to be more intact than the other one that I found a few weeks ago. And this one actually still it has the handle. I don't have to do anything to it. And the paddles look actually pretty good. So I see that it's like got some paint chipping on the edges though. So in this video, you can basically see what the issue was on it from the last video is this is basically a pull start only type of, let me angle the camera, sorry about that. This is a pull start only type of snowblower, so there's no electric start on this. So what happened was here, it looks like the pull cord ripped out and broke. So in this video, what I wanted to do is actually, I had last year at one point one of these Chinese types of snowblowers, but I didn't keep it. What I did is I actually just took some parts off of it, and then I just tossed the rest of the curb because it was kind of rough. It was in really rough condition. Everything was rusted on it. The lines were bad, so I just kind of kept some parts. So what I wanted to do actually is I actually had a recoil assembly that I had off of it, and I believe it's going to be the exact same one that this one would actually use, and it was actually just held in, I believe, by 2 bolts if I remember correctly. So what I'm gonna do in this video, I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can repair it by just switching it out, putting a pull handle on it, and then just trying it out, seeing if it runs. I don't know if that's the correct fuel line for this. I don't necessarily see them ever being clear, so I really don't know. So what I'll do in this video here, won't make it too long. If there's any issues, I'll always pause it, but I wanted to show how to actually remove this starter assembly. Now you could technically take off the whole top and do it that way where you can have access from everywhere, because sometimes the tank could be a problem. But I believe on these, actually, from what I remember, is it's only 2 bolts holding it, from what I remember. I think it's just the top right here, and then there's a bolt on the bottom right actually here. So I don't remember if it had another bolt. It might have had possibly 3, but I'm not 100%, but I just don't remember. But what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and do that, just remove that, and see if I can just get it to a point of where I could test it. But yeah, last couple of weeks I've been seeing more and more snowblowers tossed out. I'm just not picking every single one of them up. I just kind of glance at them and I'm like, all right, I'll try this one, see how this one goes. But if I find it, I don't mind trying just to see what's wrong with it. The last one I had that looks similar to this, I know it, oh, too big. It sold. I only got like, I think it was like 50 for it. It wasn't much. So, not too much work, but on that other one, it was just the carb clean. I'm assuming this one will run, is just, I have no idea without testing it. Without the recoil in there, I can't really test it. So what you do is you just basically take a 5/16. I have it on a 1/4 inch ratchet and break it loose. And like I said, I believe this is only held on right here and on the bottom, but there might be one more on the side, which is fine. I can just go around everything. There's one bolt, and there's small little bolts that hold it in. Focus. No, kind of hard to see, but they're small bolts. Take my word for it. They're not that long. That one. There may be one more. Let me see if I can just feel around for it. Yes, there's one more at the top. So I just missed one more over here on the top. Hopefully I should be able to grab my wrench around it. right in the back. Maybe if I could always angle this a little bit. Trying not to hit the camera as I'm just trying to get it wedged underneath there for a second. You know what? Let me just take the extension piece off. Might be a little bit too long with the extension piece. Hopefully this will work. Or better yet, I might just want to use possibly a 3/8 with a 5/16 long. I might have to, just because it might just give me a little bit of extra reach, but I think I should be able to just feel for it and grab it. Yeah, it's skipping it. Let me just pause it for a second here. I'm gonna see if I can just get a different ratchet, just so I can see if I can maybe angle it in a little bit better. So I'm just gonna pause it for a split second. I'll return shortly when I get it off. So just getting back to this one, I got it off. I just had to angle it a certain way with a 3/8 ratchet with a 5/16. You could see that on the original one, it broke off, and basically the guy that probably had it didn't know how to obviously take it off or how to repair it. The spring is fine on it. You could technically rewind it and it'll work fine. Just got to get the rope, or if there's a section of rope still in here, which it looks like it might still have some rope in here, just needs to be ripped out. But I do have this one here from a different machine, and honestly it's the exact same one, just different color. Maybe this one's slightly newer than this one, but this one's already rewound and I have a string on it. So what I'll do is I'll attach this one and I'll put it on the machine. I'll put some fuel in it and then we'll see if it runs. So what I'll do is I'll just pause it here again just for a split second here, and then as soon as I get it back on, we'll try it out to see if it works. All right, back. Now we got the new or older pull string on it. I may have made this one a little too short whenever I used it last, because I didn't have this actual little piece to hold the actual pull rope. But you know what, for the time being, I just want to test it. If I need to make it longer, I could always make it longer. I have other rope. So I went ahead and just put that on from the original. The original one was here. As you can see, there's the rope just basically snapped off. What I'll do is I'll put a little bit of fuel in it. I see a little bit in the line, but I don't think it's reaching it. So I'll put a little bit of fuel in it, and then we'll try it out just to see if it'll start. So let me get you guys outside. Let me just put you guys a little bit higher up as I do this. Like I said, I don't know if it'll even start. For all I know, there could be a carb issue with it. But for testing purposes, I had to get that first done before even trying to test it. So not a horrible repair. Honestly, the 3 bolts, just the one in the back, is a little bit tricky, but you could still do it without removing the cover, which I didn't have to remove the cover. So I'll angle it here. Let me just lock it in, and let me just get a little bit of fuel. We don't need much. If it needs a little bit of starting fluid, I can see it. Actually, funny thing is, I gotta get fuel anyways. Yeah, there's like nothing really in there, so just like a little bit. That should be enough. It looks clear inside, so hopefully that's not water. Doesn't look like water, but it smells like fuel. The guy might have used it last, or was probably trying to run it out of fuel, and then the rope broke. So I was putting that back. So these are fairly easy to start. you basically just have your key. Let's check oil really quick before I even started. I honestly did not even check, but it should have oil. Yeah, it's still good on oil. It's got enough oil. A little dirty, but it looks like it wasn't run much. So oil's fine. Alright, what we'll do is you have your starter key in. It says 5 to 7 primes. Alright, that should be hopefully getting there to the primer side. Okay, and we put it on full choke. And let's see if it fires up. I don't know if it will. Hopefully my string is a little bit longer, but we'll find out shortly. Hopefully it doesn't rip. And contact. Feel like it's a little bit too short. What I'll try to do, hopefully it's engaging. I think it's engaging it. Feels like it's engaging it. What I'll do is let me try it at an angle here. Yeah, it's like kind of skipping a little bit. Alright, well, skipping a little bit. Actually, in the process of that, a bolt fell out from the bottom. I have no idea where that bolt came out of. Well, let me see if I can just give it a little bit of carb spray. Like I said, I didn't drop the bowl on the carbs, so see if we can just shoot it up in there. Oh, this is gonna be like a sealed type unit. I'll see if I can just do a little bit. Right. See if that got anywhere. Either it did or it didn't. I don't know. Guess I'll find out shortly. Actually, I might have missed it on the side here. Alright, that should be enough. Give it a few more pulls. Yep, she's not starting. Let's check. Let me drop the bowl. Here, I'll pause you guys for a second. We'll drop the bowl really quick. Alright, we'll check the bottom of the bowl. It's basically just one 10mm nut. So maybe it's possibly gummed up. Like I said, I don't want to remove everything currently. I just want to check it preliminarily. If it needs carb cleaning, I could always do that. It's not a big deal. I've done it before on these. But I'll check the condition of the bowl. So it is getting fuel. Let me just take it off here. Let me tilt it over a little bit. So looking at it, it smells a little, it was like a little varnishy. So it might have had old fuel in it too. So what I'll try to do is, if you're ever in a pinch, is we'll give it a quick spray. And all the quick spray entails is basically like it sounds. You have the float there. We're just gonna give it a quick spray to see if we can clear whatever possibility, any gunk in here. And we'll see if that'll actually correct it. So what I'll do is really quickly here is I will put the bowl back on. And even if it fires off and dies, at least I know that fuel is now getting up there. And this carb looks relatively newer, so I don't foresee it being a problem. Usually you want this little bottom side jet to show the front as you put it in, but once again, I didn't take it off completely. At least I know now is if I pull it over and it at least coughs and dies, I at least know that there's probably more issues with the carb itself. But once again, testing. It's always just testing. So, all right, let's try round 2. It's real quick, and if it doesn't go, I'll have to then check for spark, which I believe if I need to, I think I do have a coil for this. I just have to find it though, but let me just get you guys set up over here. All right, this one I'm not going to really prime, but we'll leave it like it is. I'll just tilt the camera a little bit down. Hopefully it'll start up. All right, so you have the key in. I see nothing wrong with the connections unless there's something unconnected, but it doesn't look like it. Key is in. All right, well, we can prime it, but it should be fine. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and give it a pull and hopefully it starts. I have it on choke. You know what? I'm wondering if maybe it needs a little air. Half choke. All right, well, I don't see it starting. Sorry, so what I'll do now is just run a quick spark test. So what we'll do, bring it to the top, see if she's getting spark. Get to the top of the plug, that inside the coil. Alright, so that should be resting on top, and what I'll do is I'll pull it and I'll look for an orange glow. Oh yeah, it's getting spark. So it is getting spark. I'll drop it down so you guys can see. You can watch the actual it is getting spark. So you can see when I just pull it over, it actually is getting spark. As you can see, spark right there, it's good. It's got good spark. So that is interesting. I should check the plug next. Just real quick. Because it should have fired by now. Let me see if I can just get the plug off. Alright, let's see if I can get the plug off. I believe it's a... Is it 13? Yeah, oh yeah, it's a 13. 13/16. Now it has oil. Only thing left, honestly, after this would be compression, but I still think it's a carb issue. But sometimes, you know, some of these are
There are usually carb issues though on these. I still think it's got to be something with that line. All right, let me just get that off. Boot portion fell off. All right, let's see if I can just rotate it off. I'm very suspicious of the fuel line too. I'm assuming this plug is the correct one. So we got the plug off. And honestly, look at that. Sorry, right there. Look at the this does not look like... I'm sorry, hold on, let it focus. There you go. Look at that. The tip is completely broken on the electrode. I don't think this is the right plug. Glad I checked. This looks like too big of a plug. All right, well, that's interesting. Let me just do some research really quick just to see what the plug is. But yeah, this doesn't look like the correct plug, and you could tell it's not the correct plug because it broke it at the tip. Let's see if I can just do it like that. There you go. You can see it's totally just broken on the tip. That's why she's not starting. Even though she's getting spark, she's not getting spark to the plug. Makes perfect sense. All right, I'll be back in a sec. All right, so I found a different spark plug for it. I'll put the part number here in the corner so you can see the correct plug on it. So yeah, the other plug was basically smashed at the tip. I hope that this will correct it so it starts up. So we'll see if it runs now. Hopefully it should. Unless there's other damage possibly. It didn't look like the tip broke, it just kind of like got smashed. So hopefully there's not any damage internally. But we'll try it out, we'll see if it runs. So I'll put it back to choke. I'm not gonna, it should be pretty clear now, so we'll see if it fires. There it goes. That's all it was. So it's pulling fuel. It's a little dirty though. Feels like it's, the RPMs are not going up. Yeah, you can see it's choking. So there is a carb issue with it. It does run though. It just doesn't run fast. I'm wondering if there's a possible other issue too. I'll let it run for like another minute, go half. That doesn't seem to do any difference. Oh, we can at least check operation on it. I don't think these are this quiet. Something's been messing with the carb. There's an idle mixture screw. Oh, it's been messed with. So just a quick run. So it looks like it runs on half choke too. So there must be something else because there is an idle mixture on this one. So I'm wondering if the guy, whenever he did something to it, he tweaked with it too. So for one thing, he looked like he used the wrong plug. As you can see, it's smashed in. That's why it wasn't starting. Looks like it's getting fuel. It seems like either the possible spring is possibly stuck, because I've seen that before on this one. If you watch a couple of videos back, I actually had something similar to this, like a yard machines that look exactly like this, where the actual throttle spring was stuck on it. So I would have to just take it apart and just look at it. But it is a runner though. That's a new one for me. I haven't seen a issue with a plug in a while. So yeah, so thanks for joining me on this quick diagnosis of this Curbfind. I mean, this is still a work in progress. Obviously, it still needs a little bit more help, but yeah, I mean, in the future, I'll try to look back into this one and see if it is just maybe a carb, dirty carb. We'll try it out. Maybe it's a spring being stuck. And yeah, I'll probably revisit this one in the future. So thanks for watching. If you guys have any comments, likes, criticisms, and or questions, I'll try to answer them as best as I can. But hopefully you guys like the content. I mean, as I keep finding stuff, I'll try to show how I'm diagnosing it, trying to fix it. But yeah, this one was very interesting. I have never seen somebody use a wrong plug, but I guess it happens. So yeah, always double check with the manufacturer. That's what I said. I just did a quick Google search and I actually had a plug that was actually made for this one, so I had it in my little spare spark plugs. So yeah, hope you guys like it and have a great rest of your day and take it easy. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Take it easy. Bye.